guys, welcome to the Maker's Notebook podcast number 42. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Stacy.
And you can find our information in the Dropbox below. So, we're back again. Yay. Yay us. Yay you.
Yeah. Today's what, March 28th?
31st.
Today's March 31st?
Yes. Tomorrow is April 1st. Gotcha. No, tomorrow's April 1st. Today's the 31st. And how I know this is because the school is having some event for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, no way, Jose. I'm not going to be staying up 24 hours. So
24 hours?
Yeah, we're doing a fundraiser and bantering back and forth to take the girls later for like a little bit to show my support.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not staying the night. Not happening. Sleep is too important.
Remember, I think my daughter's school, they had like this jump rope, or I don't know, some sort of thing where you do it all night as a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Like, not jump rope. Couldn't be. Nobody would last.
Was it a track thing, running, walking? Because that's what it is. It's like, you could run and walk, and it's called Silverton. And they, people, you can walk as many times as you want and then pass it off the baton to somebody else.
In the movie we were watching, I think it was like a dance.
Yeah, I've heard of
the fall one. We dance. The
dance
fall
all
movie.
night.
What's the witches? The three witches? I forget. Anyway, you dance all night. So like that. You dancing all night.
No. I think sleep is too important to sacrifice. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So they
really
want to take a gap because it says for 24 hours and it starts at 5 o'clock.
Tomorrow night? Tomorrow
tonight.
evening? Oh, tonight.
It starts at 5 o'clock tonight and ends at 5 tomorrow.
Okay.
So unfortunately, because of the high winds and stuff they're expecting.
Yeah, high winds.
They're going to take a break from 6 to 12 and then resume it for the safety of everybody. Yeah. But I think I'll take the girls tonight just for like an hour or so. Let them go show their face. And then come back because I have a lot of stuff to do. So
we'll leave them for a few hours and come back and pick them up later.
I would do that, but it's just the traffic is a nightmare.
Okay.
To head that way. So coming back wouldn't be the problem.
Yeah.
Going there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we are a knitting podcast that starts off with your weather update.
Oh gosh, it's crazy, the weather.
Yeah, it's cloudy today, so I don't know how the quality of this video will be, but we'll carry on.
Yay. Oh, I forgot my microphone. I have one and I wanted to try it.
Oh, the light, the ring light.
Not the ring light, the microphone. Yeah. But anyway, the weather is it's overcast.
It's cool, but it says it's going to be 72 today, which I can't believe.
Mine said 69, but it was so nice and sunny and blue yesterday, and then all of a sudden, boop.
It's been messing with the baseball schedules.
I bet. Does he have a game tomorrow?
He has a game tomorrow. So the game last Saturday was canceled. And then the game on Monday, the field was wet still, so practice was canceled. They played a game on Tuesday, but then tomorrow it's supposed to rain.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be canceled. So.
Yeah. I believe it.
Not like he's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, but then don't you have to make up these games?
Yes, you have to make it up because they put it towards the end.
Yeah.
So they start tacking them down at the end.
Yeah. So it's like you might be playing 2 games a week, buddy. But he likes it though, right?
Yeah, I mean he likes it enough. He just doesn't like one of the coaches he doesn't like to be like too rough treatment. He's very sensitive. So he doesn't really like it when, the coach talks to him in a certain tone. Yeah. But
he's talking to the
it's not like he's being mean or anything. He's just, so.
Yeah. My daughters, they're on dance rec, and one of my girls, the dance teacher was coming down hard on them this past week. A lot of girls been missing, and the recital is around the corner.
Yeah.
And so she can't finish the routine, and she wants them to practice it till leading up to the recital. And she got on them, but from what I hear, the girls on the competition team, they get reamed all the time. It's just, they're hard on them because they're trying to push them.
Toughen them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because this is, like I told him, I say, this is the real world. Yeah. You're going to come across people of all types and people with different tones in their voices and stuff like that. I feel like the coach, he's harmless. Yeah. It's the coach's husband. The wife, who's the coach, the head coach, she's very soft-spoken. And then he's just very loud and stuff like that, brazen. And so, but I don't think he means anything like negative or, hurtful about it. That's just who he is.
But he's talking, it's like the age group too, he's talking to them as a man. Mm-hmm. From what I understand, it's like he talks to the man in them, right? And it helps them. So, yeah.
Toughen up, boy.
So that's what's going on.
All right. Well, so we talk about knitting, crocheting. It's mostly knitting, though, I would say.
I forgot to tell you guys, quick update. My daughter is driving.
Oh. Watch out, roads.
Watch out, everybody in the area.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So because she's with me, because I'm the one who's driving them around to activities and stuff like that, she wants to drive my car, not my husband's car, right? So it's like, I told her this week and next week, I said, hey, we're going to ease you in onto the road. Once we leave the school, because it's a heavy traffic area, and we get to a certain point, a little bit before we hit the halfway mark home, we'll switch off. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, but I can drive. And I'm like, I know you can. Okay. But, when you're driving and you're coming close to mailboxes.
You have to put student driver sticker, that thing on the car, maybe.
I don't know if I want to do that, but I put on the drive assist where, keep it in the lane. So when she shifts over, it nudges her back in, but it scares her. But anyway. So if I, go gray a little faster.
More trips to the beauty parlor.
Oh my gosh. And my stylist, she's sick. So she has lupus. So she's in the hospital in and out in the last 2 weeks. So it's like, I don't know when next I can get in.
And it's pricey.
It is pricey. And who has time to sit there?
It's not cheap getting that.
And a time commitment,
Remember back in the day, hair color used to be like $60.
65. Yeah.
Now?
$100-something.
I get sticker shock every time I look. Well, mine, I feel like mine's like $300 by the time.
$300. Oh my Lord. And here I'm complaining for $150.
That's cheap, $150. Seriously.
I know.
By the time you leave tip and all of that, it's about $300.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
And that's not even a cut. It's just color.
Well, what do you say for me? I have 2 girls, and when I take them in for a cut, and I usually have them wash their hair before they go and blow it out to save on time, because they have a lot of hair.
There's a lot.
It's like $100 a head.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Just to trim the ends. That's it. So, sticker shock. Yeah. Anyway.
Life is expensive.
It is.
Us women, we have upkeep. That's got to be factored in to the budget.
Dudes are like, man, you women are expensive.
Yeah.
You need hair done. You need nails done. You need makeup. You need clothes every month.
Well.
That's funny. I find it funny, though.
Yeah.
I start laughing.
It is what it is.
You want wife, right?
Wife costs.
Just kidding. I'm just joking. Not everybody's into that stuff. And that's totally fine. Yeah. So.
Tracy, you're high maintenance.
I am. And I'm proud of it.
Anyway, so what are we wearing? You can go. What are you wearing?
Oh, you guys seen this on the last podcast. And this is the
Venezia shawl
by Joji Locatelli. And the yarn is I'm drawing a blank. I had it in my head, and it's
But the thing I want to mention, I was telling Tracy right before we started recording. No, we take this with a grain of salt, but I pretty much don't want to knit any more bigger shawls because I'm not going to wear them. Let's face it. Like the Stephen West one I just did, I tried it, I blocked it, and I tried to put it on, and I'm like, oh my God, who am I kidding? I'm not going to wear this.
me.
It was nice though to do.
Oh my God, get in. Ah.
I'm not going to wear it, people. Okay, maybe once or twice here and there, but it's not going to be a staple.
Right.
And so
you're not gonna, that's not the first thing you're gonna reach for.
Yeah.
Right. I have
like this, these nice long thin scarves I will totally wear in a heartbeat.
It's the weather here too. So it's not that cold like how it is up north. So you're not gonna reach for the big thick stuff.
Yeah. So this is definitely very wearable. I love mine.
Yes.
And talking about wearable, I treated myself.
She sure did.
To Chelsea Yarns, her hand-dyed silk scarf. Totally up my alley. I can't wait to wear it.
How are you gonna wear it?
You know, I have to go look and see how you thing these, but I think you have to
how you thing them?
Roll them up. Anyway, I think I was going to wear with this outfit, but then I'm like, I'm not sure if it'll match.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So anyway.
I can see you wearing it with a crisp white shirt.
Like that.
Or a black top. That'll be nice.
So anyway, yeah, cute. That was a treat. I jumped online and ordered it. So I like it. I like this look. Yeah. So anyway, I am wearing the Material Girl by Shayna Barlow for Christina of Chelsea Yarns. She does. Christina collaborates with Shayna quite a bit on some patterns and her yarn. So this is the fingering weight version that I knitted. This yarn is Madeline Tosh Mo Light, and I knit the size 2, which is like, is that a medium? I'll flash it.
No, it's like small.
A small?
I don't know. Some places they have extra small and small.
Yeah, but it seems
it's really good.
It actually fits. So anyway, I knit the body from armpit to before ribbon, 12 inches, and then the ribbon adds another 1.5 inches or so. It's a top down and around. I took notes. You start with this ribbed crew neck collar, and then you do the short rows for neck shaping, and then you increase for the raglan yoke, so it has this effect like this, so it's not all up in the armpits.
All right, so it comes out like
just
a little narrow down.
Yeah,
a little.
And the pattern is written for like 3/4 sleeves, but I knit short sleeves. But she can guide. She puts notes in her pattern on how to adjust your sleeves if you need, if you prefer it, if you prefer to do it that way. So I want to say I can knit another one because it feels like a t-shirt kind of thing. Yeah. The way it fits, and I'll insert a video of me wearing it. But I love it. Yeah. And I will knit another one. Totally.
Yeah. So that's something you would gravitate to all the time.
Yeah. So this episode, we're going to talk about our top 5 worn knits. For me, it's I just picked sweaters this time. I think you picked up just knits in general.
Right. Knits in general.
So this is one of my most worn knits. Because the yarn feels good next to skin. Right. It's comfy. It feels like fabulous. Highly recommended. Yeah.
I guess because a lot of my sweaters, they kind of big on me now, and it's just like I don't wear it often because of that, and then the itch factor. Yeah. So it's like I don't gravitate to them as much as I should. There's only one of them I do.
Oh, okay. So that's why you
I picked up some other stuff besides the sweaters. Yeah. Or the pullovers. Yeah.
So you want to continue talking about our 5 most worn knits, so that way, and then at the end we'll talk about what we're working on and what we have, which is not much. I probably have like just a couple projects to show you guys.
Yeah. So I tend to wear a lot of shawls, and one of them I knit a lot of. I didn't think I would get a lot of wear out of it. I don't know why. I just always assumed I wouldn't wear it a lot. Yeah. And it's the Second Ave shawl.
Oh yeah,
by Amy Miller. I think I wear this the most.
Oh, so pretty. I love the colors.
I love the colors,
yeah.
right?
I love the different textures.
Exactly.
It's so interesting.
It is. And this is, again, this is the second half shawl by Amy Miller, and it needs to be washed because I wear it so much. And the yarn I use is Cascade yarn, and the color, I believe it's green. I don't have the exact name. And I also use Hedgehog fibers. The color is Typewriter, and I believe it's this one. And then Your Little Brother in Cracked Pepper, which I want to say it's this one. And then the Mad Tosh Twist Light in Antique Lace, which I believe is this pink one. Or is that Posy? I think it's Posy. I don't remember. But anyway, I love it. This took me a while to make because after a while, I got, you got into a rhythm of doing these ends here, and it got, I don't want to say boring, but I just wanted to be done with it, and I put it down for a long time. And then
so good.
When I finally finished it, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I love the colors you picked.
I love the color. I love the different textures, and it matches my coats, and I just love wearing it. I love how it feels against my skin. And so yeah, I wear it all the time. It's like anywhere I'm going, I reach in the drawer, and this is what I grab.
Make sure my scarf is looking.
Yeah, and it has these little what you call these scallop edges. Love it. It's just so cute. So yeah.
Oh, the scalloped edges are so cute.
Cute, yeah. It is, and it's like it's all these different designs on there, and it just works well together. I think.
No, it does. It's beautiful.
Like, would I make another one? I don't know because it took me so long. But
yeah, but this shape, this kind of shape, I would always wear.
Yes.
These kind of wraps.
Yeah.
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 I don't really like. I have a couple triangular, the triangular shaped wraps. And there's a couple that I really love, which maybe next time I can talk about them. But yeah. I really like those long, skinny shapes.
ones, right? There's another one out there. I forgot who's the designer, but oh my gosh, it looks so good. But it's long and skinny, and it's very plain looking.
Yeah.
But I think the minimalist look of it is gorgeous. So it's like, but doing it in a bright color, nice. But yeah. I love the way it feels on me, and I love the style of it. And when I throw it on, I love how it looks.
Yeah,
it comes together nicely. So
yeah,
this is what I wear all the time. The #1 shawl.
Nice. So, the next project that I've knitted, and always it's one of my favorites, is the Love Note. The second version I've knitted by Tin Can Knits.
Yeah.
The yarn is Not House yarns in worsted weight, better with age. Here it is. I'll pose with it as well. It has a high-low hem, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it. It has a high-low hem. Anyway, I knit the size medium with size 9 needles and Match Made in Heaven, DK, worsted and 9 needles. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing. Magical. Again, size medium, provisional, cast on. So you cast on this top section first, and then you work the lace. You go down, and then you do this high-low hem, and then you come back and you do the neckline here, and then you do the sleeves. I love it. It's so comfy. The yarn feels so good. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, Not House, or yarns. I don't think they're in business anymore.
Right.
I think right? I forget Heather. I can't remember her name, but she got cancer, and the mom was helping run the shop and all of this. But
it became too much.
I think they closed the shop. Yeah, it's
so sorry to hear that.
But anyway, they were in Frederick, Maryland, I believe. But yeah, beautiful. I love this sweater so much. That's one of my favorites. Always wear it
all the time.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
one that I surprise myself that I actually love wearing, especially if I am dressed in athletic wear. It's the High Pines Cowl by Jared Flood.
Oh yeah, I have that one too.
Yeah, this one I don't know why. It's like if I'm wearing, I have this these athletic jackets I wear, and I throw this on, because it's so easy to go. You know, if you're going out food shopping or something, just throw this on.
That's nice. Yeah.
I'm wearing this, and it's like, it looks so good, right?
Yeah.
And this is by Brooklyn. This, again, it's High Pines Cal by Jared Flood, and the yarn is Arbor, Brooklyn Tweed Arbor in the color Butte, and it's a size. I think for the ribbon, it's a size 4 needle, and then for the body, it's a size 6, and it's a lot of what you call it? There's a lot of texture in there because of the did I have it on the right side?
It's like cables or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cables, I want to say.
I remember knitting this years ago. Yeah, I have the same one. We knitted this around the same time.
Yeah. And I love it. I didn't think I would. And I'm like, nah. I mean, I never thought anything of it. I just thought, yeah, I want a cowl. I love cowls. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I want to do it with Stacy. And I find myself reaching for this when I'm
all the time. Yeah,
when I'm in athletic wear. So it keeps you warm, and
it's a nice neck accessory, right?
It is
to bring color
into you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why I gravitate to it. And mind you, I mean, I have a bunch of other cowls, and I don't run to them.
Yeah.
Like I run to this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, great. They're mowing.
Is that your landscapers?
No. Across the street. No, there.
Wow. Yeah. But if you're looking for something, a cowl that has different textures that'll keep you engaged, this is it, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. Would I knit another one? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the color though.
I love it. That rust,
right? It looks so good on. So anyway, that's another thing I reach for.
The next sweater I
this
love.
Looks so good on her.
Is White Horse by Caitlin Hunter. Miss Babs Yowza, ash gray, though it looks kind of plummy. I knit the size medium, and I adjusted the length from 10 inches, arm under the arm to the waist. It was supposed to go up to 10 inches, and I did up to 13. So first, you knit, it's a top down. So you knit the lace detail first, and then once you get to the body, you turn it inside out and you knit it. And you do the same thing for the sleeves. It's the most comfortable thing ever. Of course, Miss Bab. And then,
amazing.
I just love this sweater. Sometimes, you really love when you knit a sweater and it just comes together really nicely.
Yes.
But it's very interesting. With Caitlin Hunter's patterns, it's always hard to meet gauge. So it's like, but anyway, this one has a bunch of baubles and textures. But I like the inside out feel, look of it. It's pretty cool.
It looks good on her.
The baubles are fun. People were saying, I guess theirs didn't line up. I'm not that picky. I mean, can you tell that baubles don't line up? Looking at this, I mean, I don't think so, but whatever. I mean, so anyway, that's one of my other. See, notice the pattern here? Love me some plummy colors.
She does. She always gravitates to that.
Burgundies
and plums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm the opposite. I like neutral colors, right? So what do I gravitate to in terms of sweater? This color.
The Orlean Sushi.
The Orlean Sushi, Ohika.
I gotta knit this.
You got to.
What weight is this?
DK. And
DK.
This is Miss Babs Yowza, and the color is white peppercorn. And my first,
I know why, because it feels so good next to skin.
Good, and it's warm.
So cozy.
It's cozy, and it's like, I like how Orlean writes her patterns. I feel like, unless she wrote it for like a magazine or something, when she writes it for herself, I think it's easy to follow. I think.
Yeah.
And it's like a top down, and I love the raglan style. but my first V-neck, and I thought I would have had problems with it, and it was so easy, and I love it. I love how it fits. I love how slouchy it is, and
just like a nice little sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt, like with a V-neck.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking to make. I'm like, I want to make other V-necks, and I have some in my stash that I want to make, but I just need to get the yarn for it. And but yeah,
James N. Watts. I like his designs, and I'll show you my next project is his, and that I love. And he has a vest that just came out. It's so nice. It's a V-neck.
Really?
And it's a vest.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it looks so nice with like, I don't know. I have yet to make a vest.
I made one.
But I want to make a bunch. I love it. It's so versatile.
I love them too. Yeah. I made one, but I think I made it too short, so I want to go back and add more length to it. Yeah. But I forget to do it all the time, and it's just sitting there, and I need to do it. I need to add more length to it because I still have yarn left over, but I want to do it. But anyway, if you guys ever want a nice, easy pattern.
So yeah, I love the textures.
Yeah.
Was it easy to?
I think so. Yeah. And I like easy knits. I like something with a little bit of complex, but not too much. So, and right now I'm into solid tonal knits. I'm not really into the color work. I may go back to it, but right now I'm loving the tonal, and this color is everything to me. This is what I love to wear, colors like this. And yeah, very easy. So it's a top down, like I said, raglan style. So you obviously you start off working your way down. You don't knit the collar until the end. But yeah, and then you knit all the way down to the bottom. You add the ribbon, and then you put on the sleeves, and then you pick up the collar, which is typical. So very easy and fun. Yeah. I would say give it a go if you're,
looking for a V-neck sweater that's comfy.
That's comfy.
It's worsted weight. That's perfect.
It's worsted? Yeah, it's worsted?
I mean, sorry, light worsted DK.
Yeah. It feels good. That's my favorite sweater.
All right. This other one here is the James and Watts Earth and Air. I know it looks really weird, right? It looks really weird showing you like this. The yarn is Ottoman Indigo Surrey Silk. Okay, before I tell you what the yarn is, it's a brioche sweater, and it's a 2-color brioche. So with the cream color you're seeing is Malabrigo Worsted in natural, and then this pinky color is Autumn and Indigo Surrey Silk Old World. I like the Surrey silk; it's not itchy like mohair.
Oh,
I knit the size medium. There's no shaping, which is nice. Worn with 8 to 12 inches of ease, and size 10.5 needles. It uses like minimal amounts of yarn, like 1 skein of the Surrey was enough, right? And what a skein of Surrey, I had 16 grams remaining of 50 grams. So it uses like nothing. And then this Malabrigo Worsted, it was 2 skeins I had. And out of 100 grams, I had 81 grams remaining. I mean,
that's not bad.
Of the second skein. So I used like 1 1/4, basically, skein of yarn.
So is this bottom up?
No, it's top down, but it's brioche. So if I remember correctly, you're knitting the front, right? And then you're knitting the back out. But what I do remember is there's a lot of fiddly-faddliness going on with the needles. So I wouldn't say this is beginner. It's not beginner. It's more like, I don't know, intermediate or something. Only because there's a few techniques, right? Like brioche, you're not really knitting in the wrong for part of it. It's you're holding stitches here, holding stitches there. It's like, and then afterwards you come and do this I-cord neck. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's a crop sweater, so I usually layer it with. I wore it around Christmas time for the Christmas dinner. I layered it with a knife, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love. I want to knit another one of his patterns. That vest, definitely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is it brioche?
No.
You haven't brioche in a while. What's going on? Do you have anything brioche going on?
So I think I'm going to brioche some socks by Lavanya Patricella. She has these. I have the pattern printed. I have the yarn sitting in a bag. I just need to cast it on.
Oh my goodness!
But not before I finish the socks. I'll show you in a little bit.
Oh my gosh! So, that just sitting there waiting is gonna drive me insane. Because
knit faster.
If you have castanitis, you're like.
I have so many things kind of casted on, but nothing progress because I've been busy with, we went to Charleston the other day, Sunday. I didn't take any knitting because there's not enough time. It's just an overnight trip. And so I didn't think we were going to be sitting down a whole lot. Mm-hmm. So it was just like a lot of walking, hanging out with friends, whatever. So I didn't take any knitting. And I drove. So there was no knitting.
Like, hello, you're supposed to be driving so I can knit.
Well, we got a new car and I like driving it.
There's the truth.
Pasta
over here.
It's a fun car to drive. So anyway, what next?
The last one I have, because I only bought 4, is the Garter Snake Cowl by Lavanya Patricella, using Miss Bab Yummy 2-ply in gray and Yarn Experiments Monkey Sock.
I love that cowl. I knitted one for my sister as a gift, and I have yet to knit myself one, but I want to knit myself one because I love it so much.
So now she knitted me one brioche. Was it by Lavanya?
Lavanya.
And the pattern didn't come out at the time when she was showing it on the podcast. And then after she was done, she was like, "Hey, you want it?" I was like, "Yeah." And I wear it all the time too. Especially if going for a walk in the neighborhood and it's cold outside. So easy to throw on and go, and it's snugly up here. Looks good. But anyway, this one, I love how it falls. So the only thing I don't like, and it's my issue, is the way the back line, the jargon line. And I tried to go with the technique Stacy mentioned a couple times to how to change.
Jogless join?
Yeah, I suck at that because apparently it didn't work. See the line? But anyway, this thing was a lot of fun to knit. It was a lot of fun. Would I knit it again? I think so.
Yeah. Even though, no, this speaks highly of the pattern. Even though it's size 3 needles, I believe it's size 3.
I think so.
I would knit it again. That's to tell you.
Yeah. The other ones, would I? No. But this one, definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's soft, it's squishy, and
brioche.
This is when I got into brioche because I think this is the second thing I brioche, or maybe the first one I actually officially brioche. And I was like, this is not so bad as I thought it would be, and I could see why she fell in love with brioche. And it's like you could wear it inside out.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's stunning. And she does a great job at explaining it for somebody like me who's
she's the brioche queen.
Yeah, phenomenal.
So beginner, right? Beginner.
Definitely beginner. If you're new to brioche, because I was new to brioche, because that was one of my goals in 2022 was to learn to brioche. And it's like, I need to hurry up and do this because, at the end of the year, my husband and I and the girls have a family meeting.
You put that on?
She was saying, what was the one thing you learned this year? And I'm like, I don't want to show up empty-handed. So,
I brioche.
So anyway, trying to set an example for my girls here, accomplishing goals. So anyway, so I highly recommend this one for you to get started, to get your feet wet with brioche. That sweater is gorgeous, but I'm not there yet when it comes to sweaters. So maybe a hat will be next for me, I think. So, but love it, and we'll do it again. That's what I have for my favorites.
Okay, so my last sweater that I always reach for is Tilt by Orlean Sushi.
Yeah, that one is so nice.
Miss Babs Kira is sport weight.
You notice all of these are Miss Babs? No, some of them are. Half of them are.
Well, Miss Babs and the Knot House yarns is almost similar in the way it feels. Superwash, you know. So maybe that's why, yeah, sort of similar. Except this is Madeline Tosh. But anyway, yeah, 2 skeins of Kira will get you here with us. It's a top down with deep raglan, 3/4 sleeves, but instructions for longer sleeves are included as well. US 6 needles, which is like my happy place and happy spot. 6, 7, 8 needles. Yeah, we're like in a happy place.
Yes.
So anyway,
size 7 is my happy.
Yeah. So that's it. Top down sweater. It's a bit blousy of a fit, but it's very relaxed.
Yeah.
I like the sleeve detail. I don't like tight sleeves, so like, and then look at that. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I forgot about this one because my daughter stole mine.
She stole yours?
Yeah.
You have to make another one.
Yeah, I do. That's why I forgot about it.
Yeah, Tracy knitted it first, I think, right?
I did. I love it.
See the detail coming down along the, we call that a raglan?
Yes.
Yeah.
The yoke raglan?
Yeah. So
Love
it's deep
raglan.
because from the bottom, the armpit to the shoulder, it's, you know, there you go. So, yeah. So, let me know if you have questions about any of these. I just try to you know, share with you some, maybe you will pick up some ideas of projects to knit.
Inspiration ideas.
Inspiration. If you have any questions for anything we talked about, you know, please feel free to ask. We don't mind sharing. So quickly, we can move in, because we don't have a whole lot. We can move into finished objects, which I don't have any, but Tracy has.
I do, guys. I normally don't, but I do. I have Anne's Puffed Sleeves by Amy Shear, and I don't have the ends weaved in. Does that consider this finished? Doesn't need to be blocked because it's blocked already.
Oh, that came out really nice.
It came out really nice, right?
I love it. I have the yarn. I have to start it.
So when we were choosing the yarn, Stacy was helping me trying to figure out the best yarn to go with it, and we settled on the Pearl Soho Good Wool. And you know, it was a good price. I thought it was a good price.
It's a fabulous price.
Yeah, for yarn. So I went ahead and got it, and then I started knitting it because we were doing this cal with Katuska from between these stitches, and basically, Stacy she started to look closer into it after I got started, and I'm knitting away, and she's saying, "But this may not look good," and she conferred with Stephanie from Edible Thoughts, and it's like this was not, I guess the yarn wasn't bouncy enough. So
for the Anne's Puff sleeve, it needs to have structure. So definitely, there's all this fancy superwash stuff we've been using and love, Miss Babs and whatever. No, that pattern you really cannot. You need something with structure.
Yeah.
To hold up the thing. But yours came out good.
It didn't come out too bad, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
But she's a tight knitter.
I am.
So it worked.
It worked. So I use it in size 3. The color is olive oil, again, by Pearl Soho Good Wool. And I use size, this is the size 3 I made. And the needles is size 5 and 7. So 5 for the ribbon, and then size 7 for the body. And
I like this detail, how it cinches in here. That is pretty funky. I like it.
So my gauge I got was 20. And I believe that's what the pattern called for, I believe, or was I a stitch off? I don't remember. But I made a modification with the sleeves. So what it is a top-down raglan style, and then you have the eyelet details here.
I love it.
I love it, right? So all that is going good. She tells you how to base the sleeves down temporarily, and I thought it was pretty straightforward. I think I remember having a little issue trying to understand it, but after like 2 or 3 tries, I was able to figure it out.
Yeah.
And if I could figure it out, anybody could figure it out. But then then I did the body, and I don't like my sweaters too short or too long. So this one, I hit it just right. I don't know what I did. I hit it just right. Because I think I usually measure, I want to say to 11 inches, I think, or 10. And that was, sometimes it's too long after it's blocked. Yeah. But it came out really good. Anyway,
maybe because this is not super wash, so it's not going to have a lot of give.
Yeah. That makes sense. But anyway, the sleeves, I did a balloon sleeves. I didn't do a sleeve decrease like she called for because...
Did she give instructions for balloon?
No. I made my own modification.
Did you put in your notes in Ravelry so the rest of us who want to do this can refer to it?
No, I should. I will. I'll update it. And so that was the only modification I made. But when it came time to pick up the neck, I think I did it right. I tried to go based on what she said, and I think it was clear for the most part. But anyway, if I could figure it out, anybody can figure it out. Is this beginner friendly? I would say it's more advanced beginner, and I love it. I love how it fit, and I'll have Stacy insert a video of how it, how it looks. But definitely see myself wearing this with some black jeans, and some, nice heels or something. Yeah, nice high heel boots or stilettos or something.
I bought my yarn to make it, but it was from Pearl Soho, but not the good wool. I'm a loose knitter, so I had to use the actual worsted weight from Goodwill. It's
Goodwill?
No, not Goodwill. From Pearl Soho.
Oh, gotcha.
Not Goodwill.
Yeah.
So
because
this is sport weight, and I think the pattern calls for worsted DK. I know Stephanie from Edible Thoughts. She used worsted knit picks.
Right.
Wool of the Andes.
Right. I'm looking at the wrong thing, y'all. I will tell you what it calls for in a quick second. Only thing I'm a little concerned about is the itch factor.
Non-superwash.
That's the only thing I'm concerned about. But for the most part, I mean, it's she calls for a DK weight.
Yeah, DK. So the good wool is almost, from what I understand, is more sport weight from Pearl Soho. So you're better off going with DK and Stephanie, and in some cases even worsted, as Stephanie used.
Okay, guys, correction. She does make a balloon sleeves here, and it's just 3/4 sleeve.
Oh, okay.
So it does call for a balloon sleeve, and she makes it a 3/4. I went all the way down to the end to my cuffs.
Oh, that was your mod.
That was my mods.
Okay.
I apologize. But that was my mods.
Okay.
But other than that, and I kept the ribbon to like an inch only. Mm-hmm. That was my modification. But yeah,
came out nice.
Yeah, I love it. So I can't wait to wear it when it's cold again.
And later this year.
The end of the year. So, and anyway, that's my only FO.
That's our only FO. So, works in progress. Yay. So, I'll start with the Anthology Throw by Curious Handmade.
Oh my goodness.
You can't really see this thing.
I think it's grown a lot.
I believe I'm 75% in.
Wow.
Almost 75%. Wow. Anyway, it's from the KNITWEAR 2022. I'm just using various yarns, fingering weights with leftovers. Not leftovers. I'm using 2 kits, 7-day Advent kits. The 2021 Woolberry Fiber Advent kit and the 2020 Stress Knits kit. Using size 6 needles, and plus some other leftover yarns I have in stash that coordinates. So here we are.
Wow.
It's hard to show because right now I probably won't really be able to show this till it's off the needles.
Have you counted how many stitches you have?
Yeah, no, she doesn't have you increase too crazily. Right now it's 576, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. The only regret I have is starting with this color. If I had to do it again, I would start with, it's okay to start with this color, but I wouldn't make it so wide. Like start with it, put another color, some other colors, and then maybe add this somewhere else down the road.
Right.
But I just feel like it's like a big eyeball in the middle of the shawl. Versus, but I love the rest of it.
Yes.
Like it looks really
good.
But
loving it.
It has a bunch of eyelets, and so it keeps the interest, right? And the other thing is in the pattern, I mentioned this before. She tells you when to change colors.
Yeah.
I am not really following that. I'm just trying to use up what I have.
She said you can, right?
Yeah. So I'm not. So sometimes my eyelets do not fall in the middle of the color. They fall just, something for you to think about if you decide to knit it. To consider, like this eyelet fell in between the change of these two colors. Mm-hmm. Mm. So I don't know if you're picky and you don't like that sort of thing.
Right.
But so what I started to do is, in order to make it line up into the middle of the colors, even though I skipped a few of the knit rows, right? And go to the eyelet detail, and then I go back and I add back in the knit rows. Right. So
so you can make it personalized.
So that's how I'm modifying it a little bit. But it's so nice and I just have it on the sofa back there, and when I'm watching TV, I just
knit on it.
It's because size 6 needles. It's like it doesn't hurt your hand. Right. It's just really good.
Right.
Yeah, this yarn I think is Sweet Georgia yarn. Some minis I had, I want to say, I think, but it feels really good. You could tell some of the yarns, like some of them feel really thin.
Yes.
And then some of them feel like so nice and substantial, like some of the fingering weights.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty nice.
But anyway, I'm liking. I can't wait to cover up with it. I'm already thinking I wanna cast on another blanket.
Ooh.
But I do have a few blankets that I want to cast on, a couple baby blankets because people having babies, and a couple for myself. I definitely want to knit that one by Homespun House, that blanket that she has where you use like 5 skeins of fingering weight and you hold it together with like a neutral color, and you just knit the whole. That seems so fun. So I want to knit that maybe after this. But who knows? Because I still have to cast on like do a couple Tunisian crochet blankets that I gotta do.
She needs more hands.
I need more time. Never enough time.
So I'm doing it too.
Tracy's making one too.
Well, I mean, I have the what you call it, the Advent from, what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Is it Woolberry?
Yes, I have the kit, and I have.
Yeah, we both bought the kit.
Yeah, so I figured I might as well use it up, but I'm still short like about 10 different skeins. So I've been stash diving looking for stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, copying her. She's like, you gotta knit this. This is so therapeutic. It's so therapeutic.
And it uses up all your
little leftovers, right? And I said, all right, you know what? Let me try this.
You liking it?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm just like, I keep saying, okay.
Where have you been all my life?
Oh my goodness. So it's like, oh, I should leave this, on the sofa, or maybe leave it in my office. So when I sit in there, I could, get a couple of rows in,
right,
and not ignore it.
Right.
And it's like, that's what I've been doing. So when I get in my office and I'm sitting there for a little while, I'm like, trying to get a couple of rows in.
It's easy to pick up. The ways Helen writes her patterns, it's easy to just check and know where you are.
She writes it brilliantly. Love it. Love her style.
Each round, it's listed out. So
the only thing I haven't done and I need to do is when you change yarn over, how you put it in, how you what you call it, weave it in while you knit in it.
Oh, the magic knot.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
I need to do that.
Yeah, there's tutorials. I'll link some on here.
Yeah, so
definitely do magic knot.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna sit here and put all of those in. I only remembered once I got up to like this color, I was like, oh wait a minute, I should be doing that. So anyway, I'm loving it. I said do it if you have it's an easy project and you want to use up your leftovers. I said go for it and do it. Yeah.
So and the guys, Tracy didn't tell me to do this, but I love my bag.
I love mine too. It holds so much.
I love it. It holds, like, I don't know, it's just a nice size, honestly.
It is a great size, right?
Yeah.
And it has pockets that you could zip.
Yeah.
The only thing that people always ask me is that, is there any grommets in there to pass the yarn through? And I'm saying to myself, it's like, I don't know, do you use that? Do people still use that?
I don't know.
I personally don't like it, so that's why I never put it in.
Mm-hmm.
But more people keep asking, I might have to consider it.
Yeah, I guess you could put it in through here.
Yeah.
Maybe one here, one there.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because if people like that.
Yeah.
Why not?
So I'm loving mine. It's just the right size.
It's the right size for a sweater project.
I also bought a bag from Button Jar.
Did you? Did you?
So nice, but I haven't shown it yet. I will one day soon. Because when I have a project in it. Right now it's holding all my yarn that I bought the other day from Hearts on Fire. It's just everything it's in my office and it just looks really
so
nice.
pretty, and you're like, I don't want to touch it.
Leave it there, decoration. But Button Jar, she has some nice bags.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, so this is really nice, and I think I would like another.
So anyway. Your wish is my command, big sis. Yeah, I want to make a different color.
What color are you thinking?
I don't know, like an army green, like.
Yeah. Yes, to that.
Yeah, that's in the pipeline.
So I have 2 projects I'm going to share that I'm making. How many more you have?
Just one.
One more? Okay, so I'll go one and you go one.
Yeah.
So I'm knitting the Hibernal Socks by what's her name? Summer Lee Design. I'm using Mustache, Great Smoky Mountains. I started knitting with this a few months ago, and then I frogged whatever I was doing. Anyway, it's her National Park Series colorway. I'm using needles 1. I'm knitting the medium, which is 64 stitches. She has like 5 sizes, like from small to 2X. Wow. So no excuse, people. Awesome. Cuff down. I plan to do the Socksploration shadow wrap heel because it's so easy. That's the modification I'm going to make.
Hello.
And I'm going to use this West Yorkshire spinners for the heel.
Gives it a nice pop.
Yeah. So this is what I have so far. So I'm ready for the heel. Well, I'm getting ready for the heel. Because I wanted to put the heel after this cream color, but then I realized that it wouldn't, So I'll wait till I get through the brown and then I'll add the heel and then keep going.
Right.
And with that, I might have to do the toe this color as well. I was looking in my stash to see if I had one of these grays, but I don't have any of these colors. So hard. I don't have anything this blue. I don't have anything.
You need to buy some then.
Yeah.
Fix it quick.
But it's the tone, right? Finding the right tones.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather get a kit with the mini with it, so that way it matches.
Right.
No brainer.
Right.
So anyway, this pattern is a 4-row repeat. It's pretty memorizable, but I had to enlarge the repeats. It's just taken me a long time to knit a sock, honestly. It's not. Is it beginner friendly? Maybe. But it's just there's a lot of slipping and passing the PSSO, passing the slip stitch over. Mm-hmm. But it's just 1 row of that, honestly. Okay. So I don't know what I'm belly aching about. But I think once I do the heel, okay. So what ended up happening? I was going to do the heel without any contrast. So I was going to do this, but the way the color was, I don't know if I can explain this. The way the necks, I would rather start the heel on a new color, so that way it falls neatly, but it wasn't lining up with the 4-row repeat, because she tells you you have to start the heel after you finish round 3 of the repeat. And the way the colors were working out, I was ending at round 1 or 2 or something like that. So it's not that flexible in order to that allow me to just use this for the heel. Okay. So I have to use the contrast. I'll have to use the contrast so it can look a little neater, because I did start doing it with this and it was just looking like one of them was working out perfectly and the other one wasn't, and it was just weird looking. Yeah. So, yeah, but I love this. I like the sock. I like the interest. Maybe next time I can just knit a sock with just, maybe just one of these going down instead of it going all the way around like that, to add some interest. So then it'd be a little simpler, and not as complex. But I'm using my Licca needles. I love it. And yeah, and I got this needle minder from when we went to a yarn show in Asheville. SAF, S-A-A. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. It's by the Bead Sisters, this one. Oh, yeah, I have one too. Yeah, so I use it all the time. So anyway, yeah, and that's how you put it in there, so that way your needles stay together. You protect them. Yeah, protect the needles. Anyway, so that's my socks that I'm forever knitting on. I started knitting on it so long ago, and it's only now I'm showing you because I've made progress. Okay. We have that. So I have a couple sweaters that I've been working on, but I haven't really made much progress, so I haven't been able to show you guys. But one of them I'm working on, but I'm getting more excited because I'm on Sleeve Island for all these sweaters, by the way. It's the Birch Pullover by Andre Maury, like I said. I've showed you guys this in past podcasts, and I'm on the second sleeve finally. And so still on Sleeve Island with that sweater, and I don't know why it's taking me so long. However, once I finished the first sleeve and I tried it on, it looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. So now you're like, why I haven't finished this? Exactly. And now it's like the fit is perfect. It's cozy. It's like this, it feels great against the skin, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and finish this. And then I'm also working on the Town Sweater by Ozetta, and I need to get more yarn for that. So that's why it's been on hold. But I'm still on Sleeve Island, and I'm also working on the Yoga Winter Sweater by Rook Official Designs, and I think that I am on Sleeve Island as well. So that's why I didn't bring it to show. I'm just giving you a quick update. But what I've been working on also, we went to Gatlinburg a couple weeks ago to visit the national park there, Great Smoky Mountain, and I needed a project to work on while driving. My husband was driving, and I decided to go with the Simply Rib Sock by This Handmade Life. And I had already wound the yarn for a different project. I think I told you guys this. I wanted to knit this shawl, but I was using this yarn and it was a little too busy for my taste. So I decided, it was sitting there and I didn't want it to sit there too long. Mm-hmm. So I decided to cast on some socks. It'll be some really nice socks, let me tell you. So luxurious. Yeah, because this is Chelsea 801010. The tag didn't say what color it was, so sorry. But I use size 1.5 DPNs, and I love DPNs for socks. It's probably one of a kind.
This yarn?
Yeah. She didn't put a name on it.
Probably. But I mean, I love it, how it's coming out. It's a rib sock, and it's like mindless, right? They give you the option if to put a cuff on or not. I decided to go with a cuff, just because I like the way the cuff looks. But I haven't made any modification, but this is as far as I got, though. I got far. So I'm pretty close to getting where I'm going to do the heel. And I'm bantering back and forth if to do the sockleration heel or just follow her pattern. The sockleration, y'all. Super easy. That's what I'm leaning towards, doing that. But yeah. And
it fits good.
It fits great.
Yeah.
And I haven't made socks in a while, only because the last one I did was around Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
And I still have to finish it because I'm the Christmas Eve cast on. I've yet to finish it. I don't know why, but anyway, it's sitting somewhere in my office. But yeah.
I like the texture. It's nice.
It's nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I normally cast on 56. But she called for 64, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too big. So,
no, it's stretchy. So
yeah, that's what I have, and I didn't make any modifications other than if I'm trying to decide on the sleeve, on the heel. But other than that, yeah, guys, I'm off my game. The color is camel. I'm mixing it up with a different skein of yarn. Mom brains. Sorry. Anybody ever get that? Mom brains? You forget something?
All the time.
My sister-in-law was telling me that she said it's the first time in her life she forgot to go pick up her child from school. I'm like, her daughter had after-school activity and she totally forgot to pick her up.
Oh, man.
She's like,
it's hard. Lots going on.
I've never done that, but I'm just like, I get the mom brain thing. I get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the last project we have, I have the coloring book Tea by Amy Sher.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna kill me. Florencia, that I was knitting, that I frogged. I finished knitting and then I frogged it and I said I was gonna start it back again. I frogged it again. I'm like, okay, I don't feel like knitting that right now.
Right.
So I cast it on. Because I feel like this pattern would look good with that yarn.
Right.
It's wool folk tinned. It's a fingering weight.
Yeah.
And it's very soft and so nice. So anyway, I definitely see that pattern, that sweater being in this pattern. So I started it. Yeah. Didn't get too far because I'm in the increased yoke section. But so far, so good. I can't wait to wear this. I think while I'm knitting, you know how you're dreaming and you're knitting?
Yes.
So I'm thinking, I think Amy Sher on her version, I'm going to knit the whole thing one color. But then I think on the sleeves and the neckline, she has like a little contrast on the plain version she knitted. So I've been daydreaming about what color would go good with this. It's like a plummy brown color.
Like an orange?
You think? Like orange?
It'll add a pop.
Or a taupe? Like a taupe?
Taupe.
Like something like that?
No? Yeah, it'd be very muted, but yeah. Anything.
You know me
and
muted.
Black.
No, not black. You know me and muted. We're friends. So anyway, I've been thinking about what to put there. Any suggestions? Because this is showing pretty close to what it is.
Yeah.
On the camera. Mm-hmm. At least what I'm seeing. Who knows, when I edit it, I'll be like, oh my God, that is totally. But you get my color wheel, right? It's like earth tone, plummy.
Yeah. But she'll need a contrast color, so I'm thinking like.
I was thinking like that probably.
Yeah, that'll look nice too. That'll look very nice.
But yeah, so let me know what you think. Anyway, coloring book Tea, the fingering version, and I could see knitting a couple of these too.
Yes.
Staple in your wardrobe.
Oh my God.
And I didn't swatch. But I looked at her measurements gauge, and I looked at the gauge as for Florencia, and they were like the same.
Oh, okay. So then it saved you.
And so I measured this recently to make sure
on point.
And so far it looks good. So
yeah, that's the best.
This is my gauge. The actual project is my gauge swatch, but I'm not going to wait I'm not waiting too far in to check. So I'm going to check one more time the stitches going across, not the row stitches, just to make sure, double check before I get too far. But nice, easy, wearable. You can wear this anytime, right? Yes. Like this is a good crossover. I feel it.
Yes.
It's a good crossover. Wool folk tint. Color.
So I saw that that pullover on Stephanie from Edible Thoughts, and I'm like, oh,
she's knit a few versions too.
So I saw one of the one she recently posted not too long ago, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I love that!" And she told me what it is, and she goes, "It's raglan too." I said, "Girl, you just know I love me a good raglan.
Love me some raglan.
I love it." So I'm trying to decide. I said, I'm going to be looking in my stash to see what I have. So I have Madeline Tosh. I had wound this yarn for something else, and I didn't like it, so I just undid it, and it turned into a ball. So I'm trying to decide if to use this. This is Madeline Tosh Light Twist. Mad Tosh Twist Light.
So how many of these you have?
3.
Oh.
And then
that should be enough.
This is the color Scout.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with this. So I have 2 of these that looks the same, and then another one from a different dye lot.
So just
intermingle it, right? So then there's that, and then I have Chelsea Lugs.
Oh, that would be nice too. How many skeins are those?
3. This is Sunken Treasure. So I'm trying to decide which one to use.
Well, since you have this wound up,
I thought about that.
But are you thrilled about it?
I am.
Okay,
I am.
So
the only thing I'm like, I'm gonna say I'm not bummed about it, but it's just like is the other color, the 3rd skein is not from the same dye lot. But
just alternate skeins.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
And do use the jogless join.
Right.
Tracy.
Because it makes too much sense, Stace. But anyway, that's what I have. I have lined up to swatch, and I'm swatching for something else right now. But this is my next thing to swatch because that's on my list.
So many things on the list. I'm not even going to mention it here. I'm just going to bring it to class. Yeah,
I'm swatching for the Outline Raglan by Jessie Mae Design, and this yarn is by Queensland Collection, the Savannah. Don't ask me what the color is because I don't see it. But yeah, I got this at a yarn shop in Gatlinburg called the what is it called? Smoky Mountain Spinnery. And it was a proper yarn shop. I was pretty impressed in there. Very, very friendly, very hopeful. The lady who was working there, she took her time to help me find something for this project, and I like how it feels. It's fine silk and linen blend. So we'll see. Because I was telling Stacy, it's like I need some transition wear. No, that all thick stuff or nothing.
Yeah.
So I think this will be good for transition wear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, wow. This is what we have. So, you notice by us coming so frequent, we don't have much FOs.
I can't knit fast enough, y'all.
Yeah. But anyway, we tried to make it up with doing the little special extras like, the almost worn or most light knits or most not worn knits. So if you have any other ideas for anything you want us to talk about, just leave a comment. We'll be happy to add. We have a list going, I think, from some recommendations from previous. So yeah, we're trying to hit that list up and add to it and get them all knocked out. So we'll come to you again in another couple weeks. Yeah, maybe, or it'll be about, because I know spring break and all that stuff. So the glamper here plans to go glamping. So no, you guys not glamping. You guys going to the beach. Yeah. So anyway, we'll come back to you guys again pretty soon. Yeah. So at least we'll try to get 2 in April as well.
Yes, definitely. We'll get it in.
We'll get it in somehow, some way. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the comments.
Yes, we appreciate it. All newcomers and all comments. Yeah. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Being here with us.
Yep. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.